Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Israel Brief with me, Rolene Marks, where we take a look at your top stories and we do it every Monday to Thursday. Of course, with a little bit of a rant from me and no filter and no bull poo-poo. As always, the Israel Brief is brought to you in partnership with these guys, Lay of the Land. And just a reminder, there will be no Israel Brief tomorrow. I am jetting off to Canada on a 7-city speaking tour. Try saying that really loud, quickly. 7-city speaking tour. And I look very, very forward to meeting my Canadian briefers. I received a beautiful, beautiful message from Natalie in Montreal. Natalie, I really hope we get the opportunity to meet each other. And I'm excited to be heading there. But I will be traveling tomorrow and probably exhausted by the time I land in Canada. So I'm sure you guys will cut me some slack. And I will do my absolute best to bring you your brief from wherever I am in the country. Today is day 703 since the atrocities of the 7th of October. 703 days. 703 days of an unnecessary war that Hamas launched against the people of the state of Israel and essentially the people of Gaza by attacking Israel on the 7th of October and killing over 1,200 people, including foreign nationals, and taking over 250 hostage, of which we have 48 remaining in captivity. We want them home now. And more about a hostage deal a little later in the show, but we begin the day with the absolutely horrific news that 6 people were murdered today in a terror attack that occurred in the Ramot Junction just outside Jerusalem. These were innocent people who were waiting for the bus or getting on the bus, headed to their workday inside the city. What we do know is that 2 armed terrorists believed to be from Ramallah entered or boarded the bus and opened fire. 6 people were killed and at least 21 wounded, including several who are in very serious condition. The 2 terrorists were neutralized by 2 people, including a ultra-Orthodox or Haredi civilian who happened to have a gun license. It is believed that he is an off-duty soldier. And a little later, following the attack, Prime Minister Netanyahu visited the site of the attack, and he said this reiterates the war we are fighting on multiple fronts. The President Herzog, issued his condolences to the family, saying that this is a day of heartbreak and of terror for the people of Israel. And the National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir also visited the site of attack, and for some reason he blamed the Attorney General, which many of us are wondering why he had the need to do something like that. Meanwhile, the terror attack has been condemned by French President Macron, who said this goes to show that we need a political solution. No, President Macron, this is what happens when you reward the pay-for-slay schemes and you reward terror, is that you embolden terrorists to carry out more acts of terror. It was also condemned by the German ambassador to Israel, Stefan Siebert, as well as US Ambassador Mike Huckabee. What is quite unusual is that Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas also condemned the attack on civilians. And the names of the 6 victims are as follows: Rabbi Levi Yitzchak Pash, Rabbi Yaakov Pinto, just 25 years old, Rabbi Yisrael Metzner, 31 years old, Rabbi Yosef David, 43 years old, Rabbi Mordechai Steinzeg, 57 years old, Sarah Mendelssohn, 60 years old. Just a morning in Israel, going to work, and their lives brutally taken. May their memories be eternally blessed. President Trump has issued a final warning to Hamas to accept the hostage deal, the proposal that is on the table that he says Israel has already accepted. So what this proposal sees is the release of all of the hostages, the living and the dead, on day one in exchange for US pressure on Israel to end its military campaign. We don't have details about withdrawals, but we do know that this would involve Israel ending the military campaign in Gaza. It would also see the release of up to 3,000 Palestinian prisoners, many of whom have been found guilty of murder or engaging in terror attacks. Now, one of the reports in Ynet News today indicated that Hamas viewed this positively. However, they refuse to put down their weapons. Let's see how this progresses, because we don't have any final details on this at all. Meanwhile, addressing the media, President Trump said that he believes that some of the living hostages had died already. He says, we believe that there are 20 that are alive, but we may have 38 deceased. He says he believes some of the hostages may have died already. In conjunction with this, President Herzog has called for a state inquiry into October the 7th. The Israeli Air Force has conducted an initial inquiry into a UAV, an unmanned aerial vehicle or drone, that was fired by the Iranian Houthis towards the Ramot airport, which is just north of the southern town of Eilat yesterday. The drone crashed into a part of the airport and lightly injured several, including 2 workers, and several others were treated for anxiety. Meanwhile, the IAF has already intercepted several drones fired at Israel today, including one towards the southern city of Dimona, and had intercepted at least 3 within a period of half an hour. And finally, President Herzog will depart tomorrow for London. The president will address communal conferences where he will give a keynote speech, and he will also be there in an expression of solidarity for Britain's Jews who are undergoing severe attacks and horrific anti-Semitism. I think hardly a day goes by where there is not something in the news of a Jew in London or a Jew in some part of the United Kingdom who has faced some kind of attack or the other. The president will meet with dignitaries, members of parliament, media personalities, the public representatives, as well as influencers. Meanwhile, yesterday, at least 70,000 from the British Jewish community and allies took to the streets of London in a march against anti-Semitism. And I must say, London has never looked better. So guys, those are your top stories. Let's take a look at the audience question before I jet off for Canada. It comes from Dion in Johannesburg, who says, Raylene, what can a Christian like myself do to support you at this time of horrible anti-Semitism? Oh, God bless you, Dion, first of all, for that. That really means the world to me. So I think what we need from everybody is to be ambassadors of truth. You know, last week I brought you that story that the Association of Genocide Scholars, which an investigation has found that anyone can be a member. For $30, you too can be a member. Well, they have not only been caught out, but a legitimate association or society for the studies of genocide has called on them to retract their resolution condemning Israel of carrying out genocide. But this is just an example. So guys, what we really need people to do is, first of all, to be our ambassadors of truth. Where you see these accusations of genocide, of starvation, of killing children that have been debunked again and again and again, and all the evidence is out there. If you read publications like the Free Press who do deep dives. If you listen to people like John Spencer and Andrew Fox, who have been inside Gaza, they are not Israeli, they are our military experts who have been inside Gaza, who are studying this war, who have interrogated all the information. If you go on the henryjacksonsociety.org page, there are white papers there all about the human shield strategy, the starvation allegations, the casualty numbers, which are trotted out again and again. The truth is all out there. We need your help in disseminating it, challenging the gross Jew hatred and anti-Semitism, and most of all, standing with us in our time of need. We call on people who might feel intimidated by what they see are kind of these campaigns of intimidation by the other side, to please raise your voices. Something quite extraordinary happened at Bondi Beach in Sydney yesterday. The pro-Palestinian crowd tried to take over Bondi Beach. This was Father's Day, knowing that there's quite a sizable Jewish community there, so families were out celebrating Father's Day, and scores of members of the Jewish community with our allies, including Arab allies, came down to Bondi Beach, far outnumbering the pro-Palestinians, and very peacefully told them to get off the beach. So we are starting to see people raise their voices. And for somebody the other day who asked me, have I heard the song being sung, which actually started in Ireland and seemed to make its way to Australia. I have seen the song. I'm not going to sing it here because I don't know if YouTube will allow me to, but I have seen it. It's doing the rounds on X, and I think what we are seeing is the silent majority starting to speak up. So we ask you, please don't be a bystander. Please don't be silent. Please stand with us loudly and proudly. Our fight is your fight, and we appreciate every single one of our phenomenal allies. And of course, don't stop speaking about our hostages. So guys, God bless you. I will catch you on the other side of my flight. In the meantime, please don't forget to check out our website at www.playoftheland.online. Our YouTube channel is right at the Israel Brief. Remember, if you like it, please hit that red subscribe button. We are on Facebook at Lotwell's site, on Instagram at Rolene_Marks, on LinkedIn at Rolene Marks, and on Substack at Rolene Marks. So guys, God bless you all. Mwah. Huge kiss for all of you. I will miss you tomorrow, but I'll see you again hopefully on Wednesday. I might be a bit jet lagged, so I'm sure you guys will forgive me. So anyway, bye for now.